What was it telling me?
You're rusty, Bernard.
No, it's saying it lost connection. Okay, that's all right.
It looked like we live, man.
Yep, we are. Hey, welcome to Bears Banner. My name is Bernard Muhammad. Tonight we got on the broadcast, we got Keith Flournoy, we got Mo Man, we have Guy Moore. Man, Guy, you right. I was a little rusty. I'm trying to find the buttons, and we went live.
Got to get in shape.
Hey, Mo, I think you got the Michigan stuff on.
Where Jay at, man? Jay, oh man.
The only letter we worried about is this M right here. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Not a J.
Uh-oh.
Not a J, not an O, not an S or a U.
Oh my God.
Hey, I like to thank everybody who tuned in tonight to Bears Banner. We're a week before, almost a week away from the draft. I think the draft is next Thursday. So this probably has been one of the most exciting off seasons as far as how long the Bears talk has lasted, and there hasn't been no drop off in enthusiasm.
It sure has not.
Yeah.
Man, Ryan Poles has been killing this off season. I'm telling you. I'm seeing some of the different players that he got coming in. They all, like I said beforehand, good character guys. They ready to bring some funk. So I'm looking forward to this. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
What's going on? Shoot, I just walked in the house.
Okay.
What you been on, man?
Baseball, and more baseball.
Hey, guess what I've been on? You'll understand this.
Yeah. That look like that's the We Below sign.
Yeah, I know.
We be loyal scouts.
Yes, yes.
Do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to be square in the base scout law.
Oh man,
Jesus!
I just.
Oh man, that was
Just took me back.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo, you had asked a question. We could just start there when we was offline. We could start there and work our way into whatever we got planned tonight.
Yep.
So, I think you
had asked about Carter.
Yeah, so the question was, if Carter doesn't fall to us at 9, what would y'all rather do? Would y'all rather trade back or pick up somebody like Robinson at running back? You got, of course, the offensive line, Peter Skoronski, or Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
Or would y'all just, trade back? Because I'm hearing that the Steelers want to pick, but they're only going if Carter is going to be there now. So what would y'all do?
Well, from my perspective, the Bears are waiting back for Carter, so I don't even see the Bears trading that pick away if he's still there. So the Bears want Carter as well. But if the Steelers still want to go for number 9 and Carter's already been, if he's not available when that pick comes around, I'd like the Bears to go ahead and trade down if Carter's not there. And I'd like them to see if they can go ahead and pick Darnell Wright. He's a right tackle from Tennessee. He's a dog, so he's a heck of a blocker as right tackle, so he doesn't have to change the Bears' inner offensive line. And he's already proven that he can block Will Anderson. Will Anderson got nothing on him this year, and I don't think he gave up a sack this entire year. So I'd like to see the Bears trade down, because I'd rather see them trade down and get right than try to take him at 9, because I don't think he's worth a 9th round number 9 pick.
Gotcha.
That's kind of my perspective.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
That's tough to say, because I think Houston's going to play a key role into how the board falls. And you can't really never think about how they think. I mean, I just go back years ago when I just thought it was going to be a sure shot that they was going. That was back in the 2003 draft, I believe. and they had the choice between I think if I remember correctly, it was Reggie Bush, Vince Young, and Matt Leinart. Even though we know what happened later on, but I'm just thinking about at that time. They drafted Mario. I can't think of his last name. They drafted Mario.
The defensive.
That was it.
Yeah, Mario Edwards.
That was his last name. His first name was Super.
they drafted him the day before, so that kind of like shocked me, right? I'm like, hold on, but so it depends on Houston, because if Houston don't draft a quarterback, because you never could tell with them, they could actually make one of those quarterbacks fall. Because if they don't draft a quarterback, then now you're looking at one of those guys could be still sitting there, at least of the top 4 when Atlanta get ready to draft. And it depends on at that point if Carter could be available, maybe he ain't. But if he's not, I think I would like for them to trade down if he's not there. Unless one of the guys I don't think Tyree Wilson will fall. I think he's going to be gone too. So.
Yeah. So do you the $10,000 question is like if Carter is gone, do you trade it? Do you just go and do you, as far as an offensive lineman, do you think we should get an offensive lineman from the draft, or should we just find a vet out there to sign?
I think we should go defensive line. If we stay at 9, I want us to go defensive line because the Bears really have not been able to stop anybody running for the last 3 years, to be honest.
You are so right about that, man. You are so right.
Well, thank goodness the NFL don't really run that much, but that's the only thing that I can save the Bears.
Yeah,
because all teams have gone away from the running game anyway. But when they want to run, you're right. The Bears, we got nothing coming.
All the teams have gone away from running except for Detroit.
Yeah.
So we still have to deal with that. And then I think you trade the pick depending on what the value you get back. Now, what was surfacing is pick up somebody else's number 1 and then get the number 2 pick that you traded away for Claypool. And that way you got 3 number 2s. I mean, that adds some kind of value, but it just depends on if the player that you want is still on the board or somebody that you was looking at that's still on the board, you got to take that player.
That's a good, because you're talking about the whole court. So you're talking about the whole quarterback situation with Houston. You know what? They're in a situation right now where you really don't have the luxury of being able to pick something like specifically in that respect. You probably want to get the best thing smoking because you really ain't got nothing. They could pick me right now, and it still wouldn't matter, I don't think.
But they still got two number 1s. Yeah, 2 and 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what you got on that question, Mo? What's your answer, Mo, on that? What would you do?
Well, to piggyback off of y'all, off of you, B, I've been hearing that Houston is not sold on Stroud if he's there. So they want Bryce Young, so they hoping that Carolina picks Bryce Young. So that domino may affect a lot of people because, like y'all said, that'll drop a few people. They may go Will Anderson, and that'll mess up Arizona, and we don't know what they'll do, and then and so on and so forth. But if Carter's not there, I'm a fan of Robinson, man, the running back. Because if you look at the most talented offensive player as far as what we know on paper, that's him. I wouldn't let him go to the Eagles to replace Miles Sanders. They already got a whip. It's time to build us one. But let's just say they don't go here. Then I have to go defensive line. If Tyree Wilson is gone, if Jalen Carter is gone, we trying to stop the run, I would try to go Kancey.
I was going to ask you,
I would try to go Kancey, or I would either go
your boy
Lucas Van Ness. He was nice. I wouldn't go Miles Murphy though. Like not at that high, not at 9.
Hey Mo, what about your boy Mazie Smith?
He cool, but I wouldn't go 9.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they said that the Eagles is looking at Skoronski as of the report today.
Yeah, everybody switching it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hey,
This is the roster right here.
So one of the viewers, Zeb, said he thought they addressed the defensive line. So hey, let's look at the defensive line real quick to see that they addressed the defensive line.
No,
So
they didn't.
what do we have right here?
Linebacker maybe, but not defensive line.
Yeah, linebacker is set.
All right, I think I got the right one. Okay, defensive line.
Or DeMarcus Miller.
So they signed Tremaine Edmonds. He got a 4-year deal, $72 million. The linebacker, Edwards, linebacker. DeMarcus Walker, defensive end. Andrew Billings, defensive end. Right. So
we need to stop the run up the middle.
Yeah, because you know what? That hurts you in the red zone, right? Because if you really can't, because think about 2 years ago, we were laughing about how teams several times just right in the red zone just pushed the whole Bears defense from front. Just push them, like line up and just push them into the end zone standing up. And so that is one of the problems. Or play action always work on you, right? Because if you just can't stop the run, teams will run the ball on you more just because you can't do it. And then that opens up play action a lot for them, even though teams don't run a lot. But when you just can't stop the run, I mean.
So one more question. Would y'all consider thinking outside the box and grabbing a cornerback to solidify the secondary? Because like if Witherspoon is there or Gonzalez, those are the top two corners. I love Witherspoon. Man.
Yeah.
He play hard, man, and he hit hard.
Right.
But and then you basically got 4 corners, well, 3 good corners and 1 maybe, and 2 decent safeties. That would solidify the secondary.
You know what, man? And Mo, here's the funny part about it, man. It was just something that I was thinking about a few weeks ago, and it kind of changes because every time you listen to the news, it's all these chess moves and all types of, I guess, analyses. I thought about that, man. I like Christian Gonzalez, Oregon. I would say, it's not a given that these 2 guys are going to be able to give us some pressure. They probably will, maybe not. But if they don't, what's the next best thing? If you can't get to the quarterback, then you need some guys that can cover. We need some dogs, man.
Yeah, man. With the spoon, he got that pop too, man. He play old school football.
Yeah. And then he's an Illinois guy too. So
yeah, I know.
One thing for certain at this point in the game, and we talked about Pose, he has a plan.
Yep.
So whatever his plan is, I'm sure he's got maybe 5 guys that he's looking at. 5 guys, burgers and fries. That was a shameless plug. I'm sure he's looking at I'm sure he's got about 5 guys that he says, hey, these guys are going to be what we think they are, and they rely heavily on the analytics of picks and what they do, and so. Like I say, hey, trust the process, man. We got a couple days to figure it out. What does it start next week or this? Wait,
next week,
Thursday.
27th,
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. It's going. I'm sure whoever they get is going to fit in the mix of what they doing because they didn't take. You think about it, they didn't take all these guys in free agency like, no, that's not a good fit. And, we were like, man, this guy, man, he's going to be. And they were like, nope. And every time they came back with a pick, we like, man, that could work. Man, that's pretty good. Yeah.
And he didn't overpay for nobody and nothing like that either. Like buying off impulse. So he did his thing.
You know what?
And he got a lot of money left over.
Oh yeah. And what I like about him as well too. You ever look at like these really look on TV and look at these draft boards? Like a lot of people don't pay attention to it. They just see some guy just sit in the room and they'll flash it for like about 30-40 seconds.
Right.
A lot of times when that happens, I look on the board and see what they got. A lot of these guys be like, oh, if I can't get my guy, I'm going to get this guy. Oh, I can't get this guy. Okay, well, we're going to have to wing it. I think Poles got probably the first second. He probably got about at least 10 or 11 possibilities sitting up there just waiting. But this dude, man, everybody been playing checkers. This dude playing chess. Like, Quick said, trust the process. For what he's done right now, I think that he deserves to be given the chance to go ahead and just do his thing. And we just sit up and say, okay, it may not be something that we were looking at, but we going to go with it because he's been hitting home runs, man.
Yeah. I agree.
What you got, Plank?
Yeah, I think what's happening here is Poles has got a couple players in his mind that he sees as special that can go for that number 9 pick. If one of those players aren't available, he's going to go and try to trade down. Part of the issue there is the strength of this draft is supposed to be from 20 to 45. So he wants to pick up a lot more of those second round picks so he can build the core of his team. Right now, we've got 4 picks within the first 64, but that's a big gap from number 9 all the way down to what is it, 30, 38, 39?
Like 37, something like that.
So he's trying to get some more. He's trying to get more draft capital. And if you look at it from 20 to 45, all of those guys are about the same talent level.
Exactly.
So that's actually where you want to be picking if you can to build the core of your team. That's my thought.
You are so right about that, man. That's just something I look at too. Like it's not them. It's maybe 1, maybe 2 kind of eye-popping guys, but it's like it's almost the same. So that's why, like every week, man, it's like my whole philosophy changes. So I'm just not even doing it anymore. I'm just gonna sit back and wait for the draft, man.
So let's see what he did. Let's go and see what he did offense, because maybe this telling a picture. I don't know. So you offense. He other than DJ Moore, right?
My cousin. Put some respect on my cousin name.
Robert Tonyan got a 1-year deal. What's his Deontay? Is that how you pronounce his name? Deontay Foreman.
Dante Foreman, yeah.
Dante. Deontay. He got a 1-year deal. Nate Davis, offensive lineman, he got a 3-year deal. PJ Walker, quarterback, he's your 2-year deal backup. Then they picked up a running back. Travis Homer. Yeah, he has a 2-year deal. So,
hey, I'm gonna
tell
a lot of people.
If you look at the people he signed, he hasn't signed a defensive tackle. So he doesn't have a 3 technique. He didn't pick up. You could say this guy might be a plug guy. I'm not sure, but I don't know if he picked up a starter yet. Who's that? Oh,
hey, but you know what? With Dante Foreman.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, man?
No,
but don't sleep on Dante Foreman, man.
Because can you rotate Christian? Because you're a little dark, and we get a wider view.
Rotate.
Turn the camera sideways. It'll give us a full view. There you go. Did it get full? No, it just kind of.
He got sideways.
He just got sideways. We'll work with you.
All right, hold on. Is that better? No, that ain't.
It ain't rotating. It just
you gotta get your screen. Yeah, you gotta. I guess your screen.
You sitting in your car?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Leave it like that. Interior light. I used to do that a lot. So yeah.
That's how you want the defensive backs to see him, man. And that small window we drop. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now he's in his window. Like I said, that's how the other was how you want the defensive backs to see you when you drop back, man. It's like I just want my window to be this small. That's all y'all see. But you know what? What I was gonna say about Dante Foreman, don't sleep on this dude, man. Because here's the deal. Regardless of what a lot of people look at and they think about the Montgomery situation, we had a very, very unique set of circumstances that we were able to let Montgomery go. And it's like, okay, people say, oh, Dante Foreman, okay, y'all can say what you want. He got 914 yards last year, 5 TDs and 5 receptions. But through his whole career, he's never averaged less than 4.2 yards per carry. So the dude is going to produce. And with him being in this situation right now, I think it's ideal for him. And the most important part, he's a quality dude. So you're going to get a business guy coming in. I like what he's doing. And like I said, with Poles, every time I see him do something, I'm like looking up stuff. I'm like, it's just like he goes into this big pile of stuff and just sticks his hand in and grabs the best thing and say, come with me, man. So, man.
Yeah, I thought
Dante Foreman did pretty well because Steve Wilks was his coach. When Steve Wilks took over at that halfway point, he changed the entire direction of the team, made him a focal point, and that's where they ended up making dividends. I'm still mad that they fired that brother. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fire alarm.
You had McDonald's ordering the number 3. Let me get a number 3 with cheese.
And all the fries you give me.
Hey, I like the Foreman signing. I think it has a good combination for the Bears. You actually got a guy that can block on third down.
Yep.
You got a guy that got some speed and he got a little shift to him and a little power. And I think to me, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade for the performance that we was getting out of Montgomery last year. I'm not saying his whole career, but it's an upgrade from what we was getting out of him last year. I believe we was only getting 3.9 yards a carry, somewhere along that line. It was under 4 yards a carry out of Montgomery last year. He looked extremely slow at times, and he didn't seem to fit into that running scheme. And so now, to me, you got a threat of 2 guys that could actually take it to the house, where you didn't have that last year. And good luck to Montgomery where he went. I think he's gonna do real good at Detroit. But I think it's
gonna try to kill us.
You know what? But hey, I appreciate the host, and I appreciate everybody that comes on here. I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you, Mo. Because y'all keep it 100. I think a lot of times when people kind of sort of segue in real quick and pop out, they're like, oh, they hating on guys. We ain't hating on guys. All we doing is we're going on what we see. It's like you can be this stud today, but if you suck tomorrow, we don't call you on it. It ain't necessarily facilitating that we saying that you suck as a player on a whole. Like with Montgomery, for example. I mean, he's been somewhat of a liability, and Herb has just been pushed forward, which is probably why they didn't offer Montgomery the money, But it is what it is, man.
I look at it like Foreman, like y'all. The blocking aspect is the key. If Herbert knew how to block, then Herbert would definitely be a starter. They wouldn't have. I don't think they would have tried to get Foreman. But Foreman overall, to me, last year was better than Montgomery. It was just Montgomery was the featured guy, so it was one of those, hey, man, we got to give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to play him on third downs. So, and I honor Montgomery because he could catch. But his burst, he lost his burst. Burst. That was the thing for me. He never had good breakaway speed. But he lost that burst up the middle, and it's like you had to kind of force feed him the ball. And, I think Foreman, he always backed up superstars. He backed up Christian, and he backed up big man from the Titans. So he got when Christian left, he took over, and we saw that he shined. He shined last year.
And look at this, Mo. Look at this. What Pose did is he went out and got 2 guys to be all around backs because Travis Homer out of the backfield.
He's a sleeper too,
and catching passes.
Yeah,
I mean he's gonna be the featured third down back.
Yeah.
But you got Christian. Are you trying to get settled?
No, I agree with what everybody's saying. If dude from Texas is there, I still take it.
And that's what I said. That's what he agree with me, man.
I don't care if dude from Texas is 9.
I'm gone.
Yeah, and Carter ain't there. I'm taking dude from Texas.
That's facts.
That's just me. If Carter ain't there, ain't nobody else there.
Wait, the guy from Texas, Cedric Benson?
No.
That's what he gonna remind you of, bro. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be that.
No, sir.
I got the name for him already too. It's called Honey Bijan.
Right. Bijan Mustard.
Honey Bijan.
I don't know, Plank. That dude, he got something special in him. I don't know if you said it, though.
There's a reason that running backs seldom make it to that second contract in today's NFL.
That's fine. Well, all we need is the first couple of years. For real.
Okay.
I'm just a big fan.
I'm saying that because when Dak came out, them first couple of years, if he was on a different team, he was something. He was eating. That's just my opinion. I mean, Dak Prescott was nice,
right?
Huh?
You mean Ezekiel, right?
Not now, Zeke. I'm talking about when he first came out of Ohio State.
He meant Zeke. You said Dak though. You said Dak.
I mean, yeah, Zeke. I'm sorry, Zeke. Yeah, Zeke Elliott.
You're
I
right.
said Dak. My
Hey,
bad.
speaking of hungry Jack, didn't he go to the Eagles?
Nah, he
No,
ain't with
nobody
nobody.
signed him yet.
No.
Nobody signed
Yeah,
him
he
yet.
ain't with
Everybody
nobody.
signed.
Yeah, he ain't with nobody. That
Wait,
was
what
the
you got
rumor.
to say, Mo? What you got, Mo?
So I'm a fan of drafting talent because if we look at the Bengals, right? They drafted all this talent. Yeah, they got a lot of money that they got to spend now on them receivers. But soon as they put Burrow in, they grabbed Chase. They already had T. Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Their receiving core was on point. They already had Mixon, and then to back up Mixon, they got P. Ryan. So yeah, their offensive line is struggling, but with the right plays, they made it to the Super Bowl. They damn near beat the Chiefs last year. So I look at it like you draft the talent. I'm not a fan of drafting offensive tackles, a right tackle, at the
Yeah,
number 9 spot
I would
because
do.
stats show that right tackles don't do too well in the first round. So like that early of a pick, I'm gonna say that. Like you do got the select few, but the majority, man, it's tough for him at that right tackle spot. So I think either trade back, get Bijan, or trade back. I would try to get a player added to those 2 picks though. If I'm gonna trade back to like the Steelers or something like that, because you got 17, you got 32, and then add a player, maybe an offensive lineman. Try to improve improve the depth of the line, and we can go from there.
Where the Steelers at? Where they picked?
17.
17.
Oh, that's not.
17, and then
That's
they got
not
our
bad.
32nd pick
That's not
for
bad.
Chase Claypool.
We trade. Can we
Yeah.
get our second round pick that we gave to them?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
To get that one back.
17 and 32.
Yeah. So hey, so I don't know. I'm listening to everybody, and just from looking at from what he done, it appears to me, and maybe I'm reading it wrong. It appears that he's interested in the offensive defensive line because he really hasn't did anything. Enough to say that he's comfortable. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like he didn't shored up the linebackers. He's gonna probably go with his corners. He signed some running backs, 2 running backs and free agents. He actually signed all the backups. He brought back the guy who got hurt in the warm-ups last year. He the 3rd string guy. What's his name? Peterman. They re-signed Peterman.
I thought you was talking about
they got
from Green Bay.
Oh no,
they got.
I think he's still out of contract. He had a 2-year. He had a 2-year contract.
Yeah, he's still on contract.
They picked up the other quarterback, man. The black quarterback. I can't think of his name.
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker.
Yeah, Walker. Yeah, they grabbed Walker. So hopefully he can fit in something that just in case, Fields, we go up 20 and they sub Fields.
I guess that's why it's kind of hard for me to really get my hopes up and say, hey, this man, I love what I see at the guy. I'm a running back. I love seeing running back. It just don't appear that he's gonna get a running back because he done signed 2 running backs already. Yeah. I know they ain't for a whole lot of money, but he done signed 2 running backs, so it makes it likelihood of him drafting one that high doesn't seem. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's in his plans. I don't know.
If he's available,
yeah, you gotta
look at it.
Yeah,
right. You got to, man.
You gotta look at it. He's probably gonna be better than everybody that you have on your depth chart board right now. Anyway,
he the best offensive weapon out there, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
I don't think Carter or that dude from.
Well, what you
said? Who?
No, go ahead.
I don't think Carter or that dude from Texas Tech.
I
was just saying, I don't think Carter or that dude from Texas Tech gonna be there.
Yeah, Tyree.
Or wherever. So yeah. So if Carter ain't there, Tyree ain't there. I mean, I would, trade back if I can. If I can't, then I'll take the best. I'll take the running back and just go with it.
Mm-hmm. But no, I tell you,
it's about talent.
It goes with the Texans, man. If the Texans don't draft the quarterback and they take Anderson first, that's gonna mess. It's gonna cause a domino effect because it's gonna cause the Cardinals to probably trade back or either take Tyree Wilson or Carter. You know, that'll kind of mess things up because now we're looking at the Colts. We know they're gonna go for a quarterback after that. Seattle is kind of like the wild card because we know they got a starting quarterback who's he played okay last year, but if they got the chance to grab one of the top 3 QBs, they're gonna snatch one. They're not gonna worry about the defense. Now Detroit we know they're going defense.
Yeah. Detroit too. They're a wild card. Hopefully they do something stupid.
Yeah, I hope they get a cornerback.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I
Because
do.
they traded off their corner. So I hope they grab Gonzalez or somebody like that, man.
I'll tell you something. One of the things I've been looking at over the last few weeks and months is how infrequently NFL caliber GMs pick a good player in the first round. So it's amazing how few of these guys that get picked in the draft actually make it to even be starters in the NFL. So it's pretty sad. I mean, here it is. We pontificating and we guessing and all this other stuff. It looks like most of the GMs ain't no better than what we doing.
Right.
They're not.
They draft off potential though. So I mean, you're looking at a guy's college film and all of that, and seeing where he may rank in the NFL. And look at how many first round pick, number ones that have been bust. They still looking at DeMarcus Russell to see if he's watching film yet.
You know what? You're right, Plank, because what's happening right now is teams are talking themselves out of the players that they were looking at. They had one person on the board. Yep, they had one person on the board that they thought they was gonna pick in the first round when they went to the combine. Then they had the pro day. Then after the pro day, they start talking themselves out of who they thought they was on. Then they start saying, "Hey, we not sold on this guy." And that's why I think people like Houston are going to play a role in affecting how somebody might fall, because it depends on what Houston does. Could affect, like Mo Man just said, on what Seattle might do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because if they leave somebody there, that may cause them to say, "Hey, whoa, we might as well get that quarterback, and hey, we may just trade our quarterback, later on down the line to get in the second round to pick up the person that we was gonna get, because I think Seattle got 2 picks in the first round anyway, so it doesn't really hurt that much.
I think Seattle's gonna probably draft a quarterback to have the quarterback that they have kind of tutor that guy to be able to take over the role in the next couple of years, because
I hope so.
He may only have like a year or 2.
Smith tutoring nobody, man.
I hope so, because then that gonna leave some talent for us.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave Carter. They're gonna leave Carter, or a dude from Texas Tech, Tyree, available, and now you cooking with something. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully somebody do something stupid. We just need 2 teams to do something stupid by the time we get to 9. For real,
it's gonna happen.
You already got Houston picking. Houston is the most dysfunctional team in NFL. How they gonna go with after the number 2 pick, because they lost number 1? Remember, they decide they're gonna stay with David Mills as their quarterback. Why? How are they even trying to have that narrative, man? That makes absolutely no sense.
I think what they're gonna try to do, man, because like the sleeper on quarterback right now is Hendon Hooker.
He's still hurt,
from Tennessee. Right, he's still hurt, but when he was playing, dude was a top quarterback.
Yeah, he was for the Heisman.
Yeah, he was nice.
So I honestly think that's who Houston is targeting if they don't draft Stroud. So if they don't draft Stroud and they get Anderson, I'm saying with their second,
they got 2
pick that's in the first round.
And number 12, you gonna take a quarterback that's coming off an ACL injury.
We're talking about Houston, man. We're talking about Houston, bro.
We have to have. We're talking about Houston. We have to have that conversation,
right? Yeah. We're talking about Houston, man.
Talking about practice, man. Practice.
I know, right?
Hey, that's to do something too for practice, and you talking about playoffs?
Right.
You talking about
Houston.
Houston, right? Houston, bro. But like, as far as the teams that has a history of like bonehead picks, I would say the Raiders. That's one. Detroit. That's another one. But lately, I ain't gonna lie, Detroit been hitting.
Yeah, Detroit been getting it right.
Man,
that's why I said,
to be honest,
they do something stupid.
Yeah. To be honest,
because I don't want to see Carter and Chad together.
They don't have to draft anybody on offense this whole draft. They can just load up on defense.
You said Carter and who, Christian?
I don't want to see Carter and Ayton. I don't want to see that
twice a year, man.
That ain't something I want to see. That's the combination right there. So hopefully they don't draft Carter.
Hey,
I hope they don't draft Wilson either.
Jenkins get up there, I'll take my chances. If Tevin Jenkins on the other side, I'll take my chances with them boys.
Mm-hmm. He only blocked one though, Plank at a time.
Yeah. You got Braxton.
I know. But that's all right.
Put Braxton on the other one.
Man,
probably not.
hey, them two, they cause havoc, man. I'm talking
about, bro. And we have to see them twice a year, bro.
That ain't something I want to see. So hopefully they do something.
We talking about a player that had 3.5 sacks last year.
That's true.
So we gotta at some point you gotta translate that on the field production to what he's gonna actually be in the NFL. Everything is Rick was saying is based on.
You can't go off Carter, bro. When they double team you, dog, look, they double team him and they opened it up for everybody else. What's the linebacker from Georgia? That's how he was able to shine because they doubled Carter and he came right off the edge and was dominating.
Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith.
Wait, even going back further than that, Mo, the year before, last year, right? Carter was the best defensive lineman, and the other three was like first and second round picks because of Carter.
Right. Yep, because of Carter.
He's you talking about stats. His stats is keep these guys off of everybody else so everybody else can eat.
Yep.
Okay.
I watched this film. I was just like nutty. I said from day one, I want Carter. Everybody's I want Anderson. I want Carter. Carter. Coach Carter.
That was the 1A, 1B.
Yeah. Coach
and that's
Carter,
honestly why I was mad that we couldn't get the guy from Washington, man. If we would have got the guy from Washington and was able to get Carter, that would have solidified the run stopper right there, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If we could have got him, man, that would have been sweet. That would have been sweet.
By the way, hats off to Jalen Hurts for getting that deal.
And his agent is a sister.
Yeah.
Wait. Go back, guys. His agent is a fine sister.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Miss Lady. I'm sorry because she
finding in Persian cat hair, baby. You seen a Persian cat before?
She finding in fiber optic wire.
Hey, she walked in the room and they was just like, yes, whatever you want, yes. Just pay Jalen, yes, whatever you say.
So you already
we signing. Whatever you asking, we signing.
Right. She walked in there with a pencil skirt on.
And they signed him at the right time. He was the first one of the three guys, him, Burrow, and Herbert. He was the first one to get signed. So that way, Herbert and Burrow are about to get even more than him. And then next year, Fields gonna get even more than him. It's gonna be crazy, man.
We'll see.
Them quarterback numbers about to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Also, I'm a little sad for Allen Robinson. It looked like AR going for a 5th round draft choice now. Remember last year, the year before, we was always talking about give him
the money.
Yeah. Okay.
Not me.
Any receiver who can't separate don't deserve money, bro.
Not me.
Separate. Not me.
You know what? It goes to show that you can't fall in love, like what Mike said, the names on the back of the jerseys, right?
Yep.
Right. you have to know when receivers have reached their peak, and you'll see so many people that they'll see receivers down that teams want to let go of or moving into free agents, and they 31, 32, and they're like, oh, get that guy. Yeah. You have to look at what is that guy's production in the last 2 years to see, like, is that guy worth it, or is he on a decline in his career? So I'm not sure what Pittsburgh is looking at, because he could not get open or playing with. I'm going to brain dead for a minute, but he with the team he was playing with the Rams, couldn't even get open on the Rams. He was complaining.
Yeah, he was on the Rams.
I think he's
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he could go on the Rams.
I think he's trying to replace Claypool.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. But he don't have the speed of Claypool.
What's up, Jay?
Jay, baby.
Hell to the victors. I said hell to the victors.
Jay. Nah.
I'll tell you what, OBJ stealing money too. It ain't my team or whatever, but that dude got a heist. He got somebody to pay him $15 million a year, and he ain't even played the last 2 years.
Man, hey, what's up with this Aaron Rodgers situation, man? This ain't even no doggone football. It's like a soap opera. Will he go to the Jets?
This every year.
Will he come out of the cave unscathed? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't care.
Every year.
Like everything that they said, oh, here he is. Aaron Rodgers is going to a cave for 3 days. Aaron Rodgers was shopping for a crystal. Aaron Rodgers, like, I don't give a doggone what he gonna do. I know he's right. And then OBJ's like, look, y'all, I'm coming to the Jets. Now, what will be tripped out is when all comes down to it, he don't even go to the Jets and go back to Green Bay, man.
I can see that happening. Yeah,
they don't want him, though.
They call
it.
But I guess
if he go back, they got to pay him still, right?
Yep.
They got to pay him
$60 million. That's why he don't want to go. He wants that 60.
Be the ultimate fake out that he'll do. Go back to Green Bay, sit on the bench and just sit back and watch and be like, see, I told y'all.
I like to thank everybody who's watching us tonight on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, please share your comments on the screen and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Bears Banner. There we go. Hit the subscribe button. Hey, I don't know what's going on with the Aaron Rodgers situation. I mean, I don't really care. I really don't care. But they actually making decisions. The Jets are, and it's based off him coming there, and they don't even know if he's going to be there. And now you're a week from the draft, or basically 8 days from the draft, and you still got somebody who you don't even know if he's going to be your quarterback. But so that shows me that there are more dysfunctional teams in the NFL than the Bears.
You know what it reminds me of, man?
For the Jets to do, the Jets need to go ahead and go through the draft without paying any compensation yet. Make their choices, then they can pick up Aaron Rodgers a couple months down the line. So the Jets got all the leverage right now. Green Bay is trying to get them to come off of a second round or first round draft choice without any guarantee that Aaron Rodgers is even going to show up there and play for them this year. So right now, they got a lot of leverage.
You know what the Jets remind me of, man? They remind me of that dude that meet that fine girl. He trying to wind it down and take it to Smith and Walensky, and then at the end of the date, he looking for she outside like this.
Hey, man, if I'm the
Jets GM need to be fired, because he passed up he passed up Justin Fields for a dude out of BYU who had a couple of good games. He was Mitch Trubisky.
Play against nobody. Right.
Did he have a good game?
He had a couple of good games, and you got all that talent ready to really, like, that's a good roster. When you look at that talent on that team, that's a good roster. And now you don't got no quarterback.
If I'm the Jets, man.
You don't got no quarterback, and you don't got no capital to get one.
Yeah,
the only capital you got to get one is Aaron Rodgers. You can't. I mean, he gonna get fired. They just like Jacksonville Jaguars, for real.
Yep.
When they had Blake Bortles at quarterback and all Jalen Ramsey and all them boys back in the day, they're gonna be just like them. They're gonna be cold, but they're gonna suck when they get to the playoffs because they don't got nobody that can put some points on the board.
The game.
Yep. Dude gonna get fired. Watch.
If I'm the Jets, I'm making the move for Lamar, man. I don't care. He out there. This dude was the MVP. He only 26 years old. Man, I'm making it happen. Whatever I got to do, give up them 2 first because I got all the players I need. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going all in. Forget it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think the Bears gonna do? Let's say they end up with the same draft order the way they have right now, and they end up drafting somebody 9. What do y'all think the Bears, or what do y'all want the Bears to do with the second pick?
Take the best talent available.
Offensive tackle.
I don't care. Don't reach for nobody. I don't care who it is. Take them. That's how I look at it.
Just take them.
Take them.
Go
best
for
talent on the board. Take them.
Beef up either your offensive line or your defensive line. So I would say the center. Try to go for the center from Wisconsin or the center from you got a couple of guys at center, Minnesota, and then the other guy from TCU. They nice. So I would try to beef up the line.
Yep.
Because
the Bears need a center. You're right. Unless we're gonna bring back that stinky dude that been musty for again.
Oh man.
Nah, please don't.
I don't care who they take. If you tell me that they drafted the best player at their position, I don't care. That's just how I look at it. If you say, hey,
is a beast.
Well,
you say like, hey, he the number one at this position at this time that was on the board, I don't care. Like, he could be a running back, tight end. I mean, eventually he gonna show himself on the field if he doesn't like that for real. That's how I look at it. I don't care. Like, I feel like offensive line, I feel like if Braxton Jones take the next step, we gonna be all right anyway. Like,
but we need that other tackle.
We
need that other tackle. We need that other tackle.
You do. Yes, you do, but I don't feel like you got to reach for one, though. That's just my opinion.
No.
Yeah, like if
you
it
right
ain't one on the board,
just
take the best available talent. That's what I'm looking at. Like,
I heard Braxton Jones have been working out with Olin Cruz.
Yeah.
I heard Braxton Jones have been working out with Olin Cruz.
Yep.
So he's gonna be stepping on people this year.
That's
I like it.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
I love it. I love it. You know, but I think Sam Mustard for about 3 years from now, you're gonna see him on YouTube with that little microphone on his little face, being like a motivational speaker. He's gonna get out the audience. There's nothing you can say to motivate me, man. I don't think I'd like to hope that, you know, and realness of it all the stuff we're tripping about and stuff. I would hope that he'd have a job somewhere doing something in the league, but I don't think it's going to be as a player, though.
You'd be a backup.
Yeah, if he can't play guard, he ain't in the league because you got to be able to play both.
Lucas Patrick was garbage, and we got him signed for another year. We got to upgrade that center spot, because we can't go with that dude again.
Right.
I think he strained his back showering or something like that. So we'll need him on the squad.
But if the Bears make that trade at 17, I mean, they get the 17 and then the 32nd pick. At 17, I would probably lean towards, at 17, I'd probably lean towards Jackson Smith in Jigma.
In Jigma, yeah.
But the only thing you would have four decent. Might because the Packers might snatch him up. But I'm saying if he's available,
Texans, if they smart at what they got 12,
true.
right? So he might not be there.
Yeah,
that's true.
Whole time.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only because I'm not sold on Paris Johnson, and I like Darnell Wright, but I'm not sold on Paris.
I don't want them taking no tackle in the first round.
In the first round,
yeah, I don't.
He said, no.
I mean, maybe Miles Murphy. He'll probably be there from Clemson.
You still mad about us taking Chris Williams and that other dude, Gabe Caribbean, and the other dude that went crazy and ended up getting shot in the head and lived. So I don't know, man. I think you're right, though, man. We can't get offensive linemen.
Or you could do.
We got so many holes to fill. I agree. You had to take the best player that's available once you start getting into second, third, fourth round. I mean, the Bears, if I remember the number correctly, the Bears had 28 free agents at the end of 2022. So you got a lot of players that was on the team last year that's not on the team right now. If the season was to start today, the Bears, I don't believe they have more than about 35 players on the team.
And the offensive line gotten better internal though, because if Braxton Jones take that next step, and you can keep Jenkins healthy, like I mean you can work away that right tackle. Last year we just had so many holes. Like our right guard was trash, our center was trash, our tackle was trash, right tackle. So like, oh my God. so we had some, you know, but this year, I mean, we got right guard. You know, Cody Whitehair might be going back to center desk. He'll be decent there a little bit. I mean, hopefully we can get a center in a later round, but that first round, I'm not taking no tackle though. Not none of them.
No. I would do, like, if they traded back, I'd probably do Cansey, the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
That's about the net. He's behind Carter, so I look at him. Other than that, like you said, I'm not a fan of tackles in the first round either, unless you just Orlando Pace or and we don't got none of that.
I don't see none, not a single one.
Peter. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No. Not even that dude from Ole Miss.
Say Ryan Cox may still be on the board.
Peter. What's his name? That's now with the Texans. He was from Ole Miss. He would have went number 1, but he was smoking weed.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I know what you're talking about.
He the left tackle
him too.
He left tackle for the Texans.
But what if we had got him, whatever it is, it'd be okay now, because ain't weed legal in Chicago?
Yeah.
He'd have been good. He'd have been good here.
Yeah.
He could get a NIL, not NIL because he's not in college. He get like some type of deal with that.
It's kind of legal. Don't go to your job smoking and think you're gonna be able to still work there though.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Yeah,
well, either it is or it isn't. I mean, gee, make up your mind.
You say potato, I say potato.
Right. Yeah. I know some of y'all looking for Jay. I know Jay had been working a double shift, so I know he sent in a message early, but Jay may actually still be at work. But I know he had been working a lot of hours recently. So,
something going on with Jay, because he ain't say nothing about that Michigan shirt.
Yeah, I think he popped in real quick for work. Say what's up. Pop that collar, Mo.
Uh-oh. Oh, I tell you.
I see Mark Chan is on, man.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
What up, Mark?
Yeah.
He's the one too, and he posted
so
when
back to what y'all said. So,
yeah, I know.
So let's say if the Bears draft a running back with that first pick, what's the prognosis of what do you see the offense doing? I mean, does that shift the team to more of a run dynamic? Because it looked like they was headed more towards a pass dynamics when you look at DJ Moore. You got Kanye. What's that?
I said he gonna be hitting his head on the goalpost. That dude got some elite speed.
He sure does.
For real. Mm-hmm. He got some elite speed. We ain't seen that in a minute.
Who gonna block for him? We still ain't got no offensive tackle.
He don't need blocking. Did you see his film?
One in the first round.
Did you see his speed? He didn't have that much blocking in Texas on all them films.
He definitely did. He was out there like Barry Sanders, man.
Man, that dude legit. Like, I'm for real. Like, it was Mo that put me on him and Mr. Chin. I watched a couple of his stuff. I'm like, oh, he for real. Like, he for real. Dude, legit. I take, if man, what? I'll take him, like, for real.
He legit.
Oh, my God. We tried that. We tried Milton Garrett.
Mark just making up stuff now. If it don't work,
Milt, hey, come on, now give Milt a shot, and at least he can sing all the songs and stuff. At least he can do the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, that's Sugar Bear. That's what we call him.
Sugar Bear. We call him Sugar Bear. That boy sang like a bud, boy. I tell you. Shoot, but yeah, man. You know what? Yes.
Well, we need to draft a kicker in the first round. Somebody who can kick extra points.
Right.
Yeah, that would help. Right.
We need them points on the board, man.
Right. We can't keep having 6, right? We have 3 touchdowns at 18 and lose 18 to 21.
Right.
You still can't kick extra points.
We got to use that. We got to use that plankism. Abysmal.
Who y'all legit think gonna be at 9 though? Who y'all think gonna be there at 9? Or if we trade back to 17, who y'all think gonna look like a cold player that gonna be there? Because this draft team ain't that impressive.
I mean, technically, I
think gonna be there at 9.
Who?
I think Cansey will be there at 9. I mean at 17.
Who?
I think Cansey will be there at 17.
Oh yeah. True.
Defensive tackle. So the only knock on him is he's short. He's shorter than the average, but he's only like, I think he's like 6'1".
He like the same stature as Donald, a little smaller though.
No.
Yeah,
look at his body fat and look at Aaron Donald's. Don't act like
Donald don't have body fat, right there.
Right.
Right. Hey, but
he got 285. I'm like, no, that ain't the same 285.
No, that show ain't.
No.
But I like Cansey because he had a point to prove all college season, and I think he got a motor, man. He's constantly on the move, so I like him, and he's quick. He's fast as hell, so I give him that.
Okay. So in every draft, when you have a whole lot of quarterbacks by name, right? Doesn't mean those guys are all good, but you have at least about 6 or 7 guys, and somebody's gonna get overdrafted. But when you get at 9,
Will Levis.
When people are ready to move up to 9, it has to be a player that has dropped that they want. And if it's a quarterback that they really want, they say, like say what happened to us a few years ago when Justin Fields was that player that dropped to 11. How many, how much we had to give up to move up to 11 from 20.
That was God.
So, do y'all think there's going to be what quarterback do y'all think may actually drop that may be there that creates that scenario for us?
Hooker.
Richardson.
Yeah, I say
Richardson.
I say Richardson. Yeah.
Definitely.
He's real strong.
I don't think Richardson gonna drop. I don't think.
But he can't throw the ball to guys that stand.
I thought Richardson's going to Seattle.
I think he's going to Seattle. Yeah, I think he's going to Seattle, bro.
Yep. I think he's going to Seattle. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's going to Seattle.
Geno Smith is going to tutor him.
You don't want Geno Smith tutoring you, man. Right. I'm just telling you.
Hey, Geno is winning some games.
Let them do what they do.
Yeah. I mean, they help us out. Sure. So, hey, I'm with it. If they want to do something stupid like that, I'm with it. Like, for real. Like,
Will Levis.
Let me ask y'all a question. I don't know if we can see it or eye test or whatever it is. Do you actually think that Bryce Young is actually 5'10"?
No.
He about my height. He about my height. Yeah, he about my height. Yeah. So I got a chance. He
got some elevated cleats. That's all.
He got them Sylvester Stallone's, them 3-inch lifts in his Ferragamos.
That dude, he out there looking the same height as Doug Flutie.
But
Doug Flutie wasn't no fool. He dropped back and like a second after he don't see nobody, he was gone.
So who y'all think is going overall number 1? Is it going to be Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or some sneaker? Who y'all think is going?
I think it's Bryce.
I think it's Bryce Young.
I actually think it's going to be CJ that's going to go first.
I think it's going to be CJ. I agree with Mike. I believe
CJ
because of the height. Because of the height.
Yeah, couple of intangibles. Bryce Young is a winner, but I think you can get more out of CJ in the NFL game than Bryce in the end.
True. That's true.
Mark said he got Bryce going first.
Because you better not try running with CJ. That dude gonna be on a stretcher somewhere. You better not try to run on RPO with that dude. Not in NFL. He ain't gonna be able to run.
He looked good against Georgia. He was running.
Yeah, but for him, RPO mean run, pass, and operation. That's all that's gonna be, man.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's gonna be able to last.
Oh man.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to last.
I don't know if Bryce gonna last. The man only weigh $105, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't see him like you. Nah.
Yeah, and then now
Tua.
That's why Tua been getting knocked out the game.
Yeah.
He
weighed 200, 210 maybe.
Yeah, he was like
210.
Yeah.
Yeah, he a walking concussion,
they looking good.
Yeah,
and they from the same school too.
What's up with them Alabama quarterbacks that get to the NFL and turn into mush?
You said it get knocked out.
Only one they got is hurt.
It's the system, man.
Well, you got a
definitely
point.
system.
If to equate it to basketball, how many players from Duke have just been that dominant coming from that system?
It's hard
to
get
many.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Hill.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like you get the guys, quarterbacks from Alabama, and it's like it just don't translate to the game, you know?
Right. Or even how about Indiana basketball?
Yeah, because you throwing the 3 first-round draft pick wide receivers every year.
Yeah.
You don't have that on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're gonna really have to say with Hurts. You're gonna have to say Hurts. You got to say Oklahoma. You got to say Oklahoma with Hurts because that's where you really saw that growth of him as throwing the ball in college was at Oklahoma.
Yeah, but you saw that same thing in Baker Mayfield, and what is he now doing?
True.
Folding bags, luggage.
Baker
got a contract.
He played for
Tampa, ain't he, or somewhere?
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah, he
got a contract.
Spot.
Wow.
So he's not listed as a quarterback anymore. He's listed as a journeyman.
Right.
That's what they do. They kind of give you a little bit of more dap on getting a couple extra dollars. They don't even call you a quarterback. He's shapeless. He's formless. He's a journeyman. That's what he is.
To go back to Mark's last comment, it's just. I mean, there's been some. I mean, Mac Jones was phenomenal in college, coming out of Alabama, and he just. I mean, he didn't have the running ability, but you talking about pure drop back passer. But I mean, you throwing the ball to Jalen Waddle and
he had an all-star cast.
Yeah,
I think Mac Jones got a bad rap. Anytime you got a defensive coach calling the offense for him and he's in the second year, that's ridiculous, man.
He was set up to fail, bro. Last year he was set up to fail. And I'm not a fan of the Patriots, but how they did him, man, was wrong. Straight up.
I'm not
now he's trying to trade him. Right. Yeah, and now he's trying to trade him now. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But you know what? And what they do is they use that under the guise of his business. I mean, but that just goes to show for your I would say your pedestrian football fan where they talk about stuff. What people don't understand is it's hard enough to make it to the league, but then you get a guy who you put in a situation that he's not familiar with, and you expect him to thrive. Some guys just got that kind of mental power to be able to, no matter what you do, they're going to be great. But then you get a guy who's excellent in college, and you put him somewhere else. First of all, you got to deal with the speed. You got to deal with the personnel. You got to deal with the fact that, like what Justin Fields was dealing with, that cornerback that picked you off, that just maybe came off the bench, was probably a Kodak All-American. You know, it's a whole lot of stuff, and you're expected to perform. And a lot of fans be like, "Oh, he sucks." It's like a lot of times, guys in systems, and what they do to you when you don't perform, instead of saying, "Well, you know, it's our fault for putting you in this system," they're like, "Okay, next." That's the way it goes, man.
Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy. Teams right now, your window of being good is so short now. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
man, like look how they doing Fields. They like, man, if he don't perform, we got the Panthers #1 pick next year. So we're thinking about replacing him with the guy from USC. And it's like, damn, get a man a chance, bro.
Mhm.
We're
Yeah,
gonna use
but
that on Harrison.
yeah, that's why I was talking like last year. We talked about Justin Fields. I said, you know what? Don't even, just look at his progression and stuff, but don't even start kind of looking at him and giving him some type of critique until like his 20th or 21st game or something. And lo and behold, boom, out of nowhere, just like, because it takes time, man. But like I say, because it's a business, they draft you under the pretense of, unless they just say, okay, well, he's a project, and they list you as that guy when they draft you. But when you come into the league, they expect you to put a helmet on and walk right into an NFL that game and be a stud. And when you're not, you sit on the bench.
Right.
Yeah. You know what?
Yep.
One of the guys I could say has got every opportunity to start that can't play is Tannehill.
Yeah, he's trash.
He's one of those guys where
Panty Hill.
He'll convert it.
Usually a guy like him, teams would have been already gave up on him.
Yeah.
And I forget who he played with originally. He played with somebody else, and then they traded him. But it's the fact that he's still a starter in this league.
Yeah, he's with the
He's
Dolphins.
Miami.
He was with Dolphins, correct.
Hey, but that guy can hand off really good. So when he get Derrick Henry the ball, that's magic, man. Y'all don't know that. So
And he got that magic finger because when he scored a touchdown,
do that.
He played wide receiver in college, though. He only had 1 year starting quarterback. I knew that.
Yeah.
And then people
But he got
they'll critique us and say, oh, well, you know what? They're not grading him on his color. It's such and such. But we look at some busts. I mean, I can remember, and don't get me wrong, Kaepernick wasn't like the lights out quarterback, but I would just have thought that like when he was going through that whole thing or whatever it is, and I'm looking around the league, I'm like, this league is so bad to where Jay Cutler had been retired for like a year or two, and then they went out and they gave him money. And that's why people say, oh, you guys need to understand. It's like, no, we don't, because the thing is, it's a whole lot of quarterbacks out here that just straight up suck. They know they suck. They know the teams know they suck. The fans know they suck. But then 5-6 years later, he holding the clipboard getting like $700,000-800,000 a year just to do nothing. But we can't get that.
Do nothing.
You're right.
It's called complexion for the protection.
Right.
Right.
Hey, so we're gonna wrap up tonight. I'm looking at the next show, gonna be Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, as far as the post-draft show. Let me know if you want to get the football 1-on-1 in before you and Christian, if y'all want to get one of those in before the draft, let me know. And I know we're working on the chalkboard app, so we could kind of draw up the plays. So when we're doing the 1-on-1s, people can actually see what we're talking about.
I'm trying to come to the South Side, and I want to tape Mike Quick guarding people, man, so he can show you how to play DB correctly.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
that
right.
Will be. I'm
that's
there.
Right.
I want to be there.
That's right. Because I can give you a whole spill on defensive backs.
There we go.
Okay.
How to talk trash, and if they catch a ball on you, slap the hell out of them.
Yeah, because of a defensive back, quick, I want to get into like different techniques that defensive backs use, right? And why are y'all using it, right? Why are you using the trail technique, right? Why are you jamming the guy? Like, what is it? You will explain some of those things, different techniques that you're using as a defensive player, and the reason why. Because a lot of us who as fans we may just say those words, but we may not know why y'all doing it.
Right.
The number one thing is understanding the scheme.
Yep.
You got to understand the scheme that you're in, and the alignment of the receiver determines basically what route they're going to run and how you're able to jump on the route. That's why being able to separate is real important. And 2 years ago when the Bears couldn't, and we threw on the ball to the other team, it's just easy. It's looking like, oh, this guy's on top of the numbers. He's going to run something to the outside, maybe a drag or something like that. And I can get there quicker than the receiver can. So
there you go. That's good stuff. And it's getting warm too. If not, we can do that. And while we do that, somebody that was a good cook in the background can like barbecue.
hey, black folks gonna find a way. Black folks gonna find a reason to barbecue.
Let him do the cooking for him. Ed does all my cooking for the holidays. So there you go.
I just left. Hey, that's why I was late. I just left from up there getting me a piece of red velvet cake.
There you go.
Yeah. We're talking about Miss Peach's place.
Miss Peach's, baby.
What is the address?
19030 South Crawford, which is Pulaski.
Yes.
Country Club Hills, Illinois.
Oh, that's
Miss
far.
Peaches.
Yeah, go to Miss Peach's place. I mean, I had one of those fish sandwiches, man. Not this big, man. Miss Peach's place.
You know the food is good. You know it's good when somebody else talking about it. You just sit up here like,
hey, guys.
Yes, sir.
I was driving in from Kankakee and saw Balmer Road and was like, I'm finna go get me a piece of red velvet cake. Let me hurry up and like,
yeah.
I jumped off, got it, ran in there, and they was like, "What's up, Mike?" I'm like, "I just want some cake." Just some cake, dog. I gotta go, but I just want some cake.
Yep.
All right. Hey, thank everybody for tuning in tonight. So see you next time. Peace.
Let's go Blue.